So she's sharing. I'm going to start sharing. We're live on YouTube now, so please drop in. I do hope that you guys share as well. And we got a lot to talk to you about tonight. Joanne, how was the ride in, and what's going on with you?
Very strange ride in.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it's a pink moon.
Yeah, it's so hazy tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, and people are driving strange. And I just got bumped off. Okay, no, that was a YouTube.
There we
okay.
go.
Never mind.
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys are going to share as much as we can here, and we're going to get into our first slate of things. We have a lot coming on. Let's talk about what most recently occurred, and that was the New England 9-Ball Series Partners event. Yes, we are done with that. I'm going to pretend not to toot my own horn on this one, but
toot, toot.
Yeah, the winner of the event was myself and my partner Gary Bordak, and we ended up beating Kevin Kiley and Alvin Lamb in the finals. Congratulations to them for second place. Also,
my friend Jimmy Gravel and Enar.
Yep.
They came in third, right?
Yes, they did, and they played quite well as well. We ended up playing them, and also Steve Rowe and Oscar De Leon coming in fourth.
That's another good one. I caught. I was busy that day. I caught bits and pieces of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
All the four teams. The top four. I did see them play at different times, and they definitely all played very, very well. I have to say to you, congratulations.
Thank you.
But
Appreciate
I
that.
think you had a really good partner for you.
Yes.
You know? I mean, I think he's like an even-tempered. I mean, I don't know him that well, but I've watched him play. He's an accomplished player. He's very even-tempered guy. He seems to have a very consistent thought process. So I think that all, it all just evened everything out for you. You know.
And of course, your first time being on the Shark Stream, you get the nice lower third. Yes, Joanne, of course, is definitely one of our top ladies players in Connecticut. I like to regard her as the #1 female amateur ladies player in Connecticut. And I hope that you enjoy that. I hope that you don't take the gratification too far. Not to mention,
No.
I hope that anybody who's watching that who says, "Oh, I could beat her." Listen, she plays really, really strong, guys. So I think that she definitely does it. I wanted to talk with you really quick now that we got the partners event out of the way. It was a really good event. The New England 9-Ball Series always puts on a lot of great events, and they got a couple more events coming up. You can go to MD Promotions New England 9-Ball Series, their Facebook page, or MD Promotions or NewEnglandNineballSeries.com and figure out when the next event is going to be. I believe the next one's going to be in Maine, if I'm not mistaken.
Portland, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
So, a bit of a haul for me. I don't know if I'm going to make it up to that one. But, that being said, I wanted to talk with you a little bit since we have you in here. Kind of a little candid interview. You've been getting back out on the ladies pool tour scene recently.
I had a little bit of unexpected time off, and I said, what am I going to do with myself on this day? It was when Eric Tang had the
Bluefeld event.
Yeah, he had the Bluefeld event, and there was 100 people in it, and that's just not for me. So I went to New Jersey, and I played in a JP Newt, which is J. Peach Hour, and it's the Northeast Women's Tour, but it's really it's one of the premier ladies tours, pro open tours in the country. It's got it's always had a reputation for having the absolute toughest players, and there's a reason for that. There was I think there were 22 ladies, but probably 16 of them played monster pool. You know? So it was no.
How'd it feel getting your feet wet again?
It felt really good. It felt really, really good. It was nice because I'm going in there, as an underdog. So that's the role that I like to be in. I hadn't played in a JP Newt since 2007. The last one I played, I think I came in either 5th, 6th, or 7th, 8th, and I think Karen Cora won that one. So there's a lot of strength in the field. So I only won one match, but it was a good match to win. So I beat Caroline Powell on the hill, which is, I think she won like the last 8 out of 9 of the JP Newt events, and she's an established. She's an established in the 600s. I think she's like 635 Fargo. You know, and so she's a lady pro player. So I felt good about hanging in with her for a set. Anyways,
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love the fact that you've been able to get back out there and play again. I mean, I remember when you first started coming around Yale at its old location and came in, and I remember walking in. I was like, who is this woman? I have never seen her play before. Man, she plays good. And like, I just remember being, I just remember hearing a lot of the stories, and we chatted a little bit. And just hearing a lot of the stories that you told me from the past, it's really nice to have the ability to see somebody who's seen a lot of women's pool be able to come back in it even at a later age. So it's really good to see you getting back out there, even after the pandemic and everything that you've done with nursing and such. So
that's the great thing about pool. It's actually in a sense an ageless and timeless game. I mean, I've been playing since 1980. I think my first pro tournament was in 1981, and now it's 2021. It's 40 years later.
And then you're still able to play. Compete anyways. And so it's just interesting that can actually happen. I've been in and out of the game for over 40 years now. So when's the next event for you?
I don't know.
Got any plans? Got any plans coming up?
No. I'm trying to think. I want to get down to Rhode Island, and I want to play in one of the Wednesday night 9 balls at
Snookers.
At Snookers,
yep.
Yes. I lost.
Our good friend Ship the Cash.
Our
good friend Ship the Cash there, who we put that on every Wednesday.
Mike DeMarco. I want to support his work because I think it's important to support people that are very good. For pool in the area. I'm sorry that I missed the Mark Dione tournament. I have to confess that I think I have some hang-ups about that, about playing partners. I think I have some insecurities. It's not something that I have really any experience at, Scotch doubles, like really not at all. I think I played one set one time, at a pool hall, Scotch doubles, and in the back of my head, I want to play good. I don't want to let my partner down, and it's just not my forte. But if I ever decide to step out of my comfort zone, I will play. Actually, Carl Bard offered to be my partner the next time one of those events comes around, and I think that we would make a strong team.
I like the way Carl plays. I think you guys would complement each other really, really well.
We know each other's game, and we know each other so well that there wouldn't be any hang-ups,
So we've got coming up, but we have more tournaments coming up. The first tournament that we want to mention is the biggest tournament that Yale's had here in a very, very, very long time. Mike Zuglin's Joss Northeast Tour. He is going to be holding a tour stop, and it is this weekend, July 24th and 25th. Joanne, you going to be going?
Actually, I'm teaching. I teach the APA juniors.
Oh,
and so I have to look at it, and it's like, am I going to make a dent in a Joss event, or where am I going to do more good in the world?
Yeah.
And it's teaching juniors.
And which day are you teaching them?
I'm teaching the juniors on Saturday.
On Saturday? So you'll be there for day 2 to watch the finals, right?
Yes, I will.
Ah,
yes, I
nice.
will. Yes, I was thinking of working, but it's too hard to resist. I'll definitely be a railbird on Sunday. Doing the osmosis thing, you watch the really strong players play, and then all of a sudden you get on the table and you can do all these wonderful things, and you have to enjoy the magic while it lasts. It's kind of like when the circus comes to town, and you can do all the tricks. So
the event already, we've already qualified several players. Our goal of qualifying 32 pop-up tournament winners is actually very, very, very close. I believe we are up to 24 or 25. So we've still got a few days to go. If you guys want to get involved in a pop-up tournament, I think that you should come down, and we should try to get 4 people set up to actually play in the event. Surprisingly enough, I have not tried to play at a pop-up tournament yet, and I'm hoping that one does pop up.
I haven't seen your name. I think Carl Bard should come down. I see Cliff Tyler. Hi, Cliff.
Yeah.
Why don't you come down and play in a pop-up? $25. You can get into a Joss.
Yeah,
stand a good chance.
It's an $85 value. So the winner is getting into a Joss event where $85 of your money goes into the prize pool for a measly $25. I don't think you can go wrong with that kind of value.
No, you can't. And like for the younger players, it's in value. I mean, the value is you can't even put a price on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be in there, and you don't know who you're going to draw. You're going to get to play matches. You might get to play some really strong players.
Yeah, I mean, you might get to play guys like Rafael Debreo. You might maybe Frankie Hernandez might show up. Suad Kantarovic is a likely spot. I know Lucas is playing in the event.
Jeremy, I don't know if he's playing, but
may play.
I hope he plays.
He's played so many Joss events and won so many so many of the recent ones. I think he went on a tear like seven or eight Joss events in a row.
6-pack of Josses. Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a solid. If he plays, he's a solid favorite. Especially after his outing at the Worlds.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be action packed. I mean, we've already qualified 25 players alone, and that's not counting all the players that are going to show up from New York, from New Jersey, from Massachusetts, from Rhode Island, from inside Connecticut, maybe from New Hampshire, Vermont. We are a perfect centralized location.
It's a very good location to bring in the New England, the New York players, the Rhode Island. Well, Rhode Island is New England, but
But I mean, to bring in everybody from all around, every single
a 2-hour
adjacent
drive,
state,
and you can be in a men's pro tournament. I mean, that's unbelievable.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's open to players of all ages, no matter who it might be. It's gonna be a real blast. So I really think if you're not gonna play in it, at least come down and be a railbird, because it's gonna be a lot of fun to just be in here with all of that power, like all that Q power. There's going to be so many great players here. I can't imagine what the field's going to be like.
Yeah, Mike Zuglin, he's been running this tour forever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the All About Pool Tour or the Camel Tour. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. We used to all the big tournaments used to be in Connecticut. They used to be at Gold Crown Billiards in New London. Cy and Dolly used to run the tournaments, and that's when I jumped into the pool. It was, I think, in 1981 was the first time that I played in a tournament down there, and everybody, in the ladies tournament, but when the men came around, everybody was there. Mitzerak was there, Hopkins was there. They were all there, and all the best players from around were there, and that's where it started. And then I remember he took over from there, and he's had it ever since.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real blast. I'm hoping that when Mike comes down for the event, I'm hoping that he has the ability to take a slight break from the
Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. Take a slight break from running the tournament in order to get into the booth. I think having a guy like Mike Zuglin drop into the booth to say hello would just be, invaluable to the pool world. He's such an awesome, sponsor and ambassador of the game. It's a great thing to finally have a Joss event coming back to Connecticut for the first time in 20 years. And what better place than Connecticut's premier pool room, Yale Billiards.
In central Connecticut, yeah. If Mike Zuglin didn't run that tour, he probably would have been a top pro player. I remember, because I have a hard time remembering, it was a long time ago, but we used to just play straight pool at the beginning. When I first got involved in pool, we weren't playing 9-ball in tournaments, we were playing straight pool. And I remember I saw Steve Mitzerak run 150 and out down at Gold Crown. That was pretty sweet. But Mike Zuglin was a very, very strong player.
Yeah.
And
I've seen his name in a couple of newspaper clippings at the New England Pool and Billiard Hall of Fame.
Long hair. I remember he was skinny. He was a skinny kitty and long hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, and Yale Billiards is gearing up for that as well. We've got Master Billiards coming in this week. We're gonna do some some tune-ups on the tables, and maybe even for a couple of the tables that are maybe a little too far gone, maybe a full recloth. I am hoping to see Table 8, our stream table, get reclothed as well. That'll make for a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really, really cool to have Joe Morassi down here working on the tables again. Just to spruce things up a little bit, make sure that everything is in tip-top shape.
Well, yeah, it'll loosen it up a little bit, but it'll speed it up a little bit too. Yeah. So.
And what better look on a stream than seeing brand new cloth on a Gold Crown tree.
And that's 760, nice. Right?
860.
860
HR. Yep.
Hello, McFly.
So,
yeah, I like the colors too. I have to say. it makes it so much easier to see the ball and the way things are moving. I
Yeah,
love
tournament blue has been a lovely addition.
Yeah, I actually put away my billiard glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put them away because I was like, it seemed like they were just getting in the way because I could see with the blue, I can see the contrast of what I need to see. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I can't wait. I just love playing on new cloth. I mean, it's going to be a blast.
Oh yeah.
To just see things, even just seeing, the little things. Like I know, you come down to a pool room. It doesn't matter what you do. When you walk into a room, there's always bound to be one table that has a cork here or there or something. I'll get on a table and notice, oh yeah, that's a little funny there. Maybe that pocket play is a little weird. Maybe that rail's a little off or something like that. It's going to be fun kind of diagnosing the tables and just hitting balls on them to kind of figure out where their quirks are so that we can figure them. And it's going to definitely be going to be really good to see Joe again. He's a great guy and a really good tech when it comes to building pool tables.
Well, I have a tech question.
Them.
When you do a deep cleaning, what do? Are you like actually shampooing, or are you getting in there like?
Yeah, like getting down and dirty and like the nitty gritty.
Are they steam cleaning? Are they doing a chemical clean?
That's a good question. That might be one for Bobby to answer on the side. I don't exactly know. I think when he says deep cleaning, I don't think he means the tables themselves, more as just the place itself. Make sure everything is all set. But I know that all the tables actually were all washed down. Not just on the outside, but also the cloth itself. You could take on Simonis 860 cloth. You could take a damp cloth and put a little bit of water into the cloth and get a lot of the chalk dust out that a vacuum won't pick up. And on top of that, even after that, he's also got the same cleaning products that he used and the vacuum that vacuums everything out.
That crazy spray that goes over the table and then you squeegee it.
And not to mention the specialized Roomba that we've got just for that table, or just for the tables, and it picks up everything.
You have a Roomba for the tables?
We have a Roomba for the tables. Bobby hasn't showed you? Oh, it's a blast. You should come down to Yale and check it out when things are quiet. But it gets every little bit of everything. Like the tables are going to look beautiful when it's all said and done. Before we get on to our next topic, let's go through the comment section a little bit here.
Pauline.
Yep.
Julia McGrath. She's a female player in Maine. Her and I were both inducted into the Hall of Fame at the same time.
Julia McGrath, Pauline, you should come down and say hello. Come down to Connecticut and have a couple racks with Joanne. That'd be a lot of fun. Have you come down. And I see Nick Marino. He says he's going to come down, but only if you give him the 7 out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Dream on, Nick Marino. I you know how some people have your number? Oh, I don't want to play that guy.
I had Nick. I actually just had Nick over. I just had Nick over my mother's house. He just redid the cloth on my table.
I saw that. Yeah, he's a great mechanic, and he does a lot of work, and he helps a lot of people out, and he keeps busy. His business seems. I mean, I'm not in his pocket, but his business seems to be growing nicely.
And would you know? That's a hobby for him. Like that's not even his full-time job. He just does it on the side. He moonlights.
Really?
But that's when you're good at what you do. That's why you show up. I mean. So the other thing I wanted to mention that speaking of the Joss, one of the players who may very well be at the Joss event, Suad Kinterovic, actually finally cracked the drought at the Joss. He won his very first Joss event. At Utica Billiards, the most recent Joss event that just occurred there.
Now, Suad, does he play sometimes in Rhode Island?
Yeah, he was actually at the Ocean State. If you look back, you'll have to go find the live stream, and you can look on, I believe Ship the Cash was the one who did the live stream for the Ocean State. You can go back on their page, you could find there was actually a pre-event right before the Ocean State occurred. And it was a match between Suad Kinterovic and Rafael Debreo. Both players who I expect to see at this tournament.
I hope Rafael Debreo is here. I played his wife in New Jersey.
Really?
Whew.
And is she strong?
Play. She can
She learned from her husband.
Well, her break was very, very strong, and she was in dead punch when she played me, and her safety play was superior to mine, for sure. she was doing some things, and I was like, huh? No, I never thought of that. Thanks for showing me. I got to remember that move.
Yeah, you remember. Now you got a couple more for the tool bag, right?
Yeah.
So Raphael actually played Suad beforehand, and actually Suad went quite far. I think he went pretty far in the event before he got knocked out. I know he made it to day 2.
I know who he is now, yeah.
But yeah, he's very, very tall. If you see him, you know him.
Right.
You know, it's kind of easy to pick him out once you look at the crowd. But I hope to see Suad show up at the event. But he just won his first event, so congratulations to him.
Yes.
He
breaking through. There's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, it's funny when you say breaking through because Suad is, you know, an over 700 Fargo. He plays, you know, a near pro speed. So to think that, you know, he hasn't knocked off a Joss event is a little hard to believe.
Well,
but
stranger things have happened. I mean, any win is huge.
Yeah, when you're playing super strong guys like that, you know, he's probably been playing the likes of Sosi now for the last, 2, 3, 4 years, and
I don't care who you are. I think you still have to have the tide in your favor. I really do. You know, there are exceptions, but for the most part, you still have to have things going in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's just regional. That's just regional stuff. But I mean, a regional event too. And I mean, Suad's always been very, very strong. Anytime you bring him up in New England, if you bring that name up, you know who you're talking about, and you know the game you're getting. So I'm really hopeful that he'll show up to the event because it's just going to add that much more power to the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see his game, especially against a lot of the top guys around here.
Cliff is saying, is Jeremy playing? I don't know, but I hope so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't been in touch with Jeremy, so it's hard for me to say whether.
I can send him a message and ask him, but
he might get back in a little while.
It'd be pretty safe to say that if he can play, he will be here.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not committed somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And he's been around. I mean, he was just in that event in Northern Virginia, the TTMD 10-ball Open. He got 4th there. So
giant killer.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Jeremy swoop in here and take down this tournament.
If Jeremy swoops in, I'd like to be on the other side of the bracket, and I'd like to somehow end up getting 3rd or 2nd. That'd be nice. I'd like to be on the other side of the bracket that doesn't involve him. But yeah, I remember the last time I played Jeremy. It's hard to say it was at his peak because I can't say that it was his peak, but
no,
I mean, there's no such thing because he's still at his peak.
Yeah,
but when I last played him, wow, that was that was a beating like I'd never taken before. I'll tell you that.
There's the top guys. They have a presence about them, and when you play them and you see them play up close, and that's one of the great things about being a railbird is you can watch. It's almost like they have it's hard to describe, but it's like they have a prolonged contact with the cue ball because of the way that they stroke and they go through the ball. And I watch and I'm just like, and like Jeremy, he'll do it on every shot. Mike DeShane, he does it on every shot, and I'm just scratching my head, Like once in a while when I'm hitting the ball good, I might feel like I'm hitting it like that, but it's not a consistent thing. So.
Yeah, it almost feels like the ball you're playing is popping off of your cue rather than theirs.
Exactly.
I feel like they're guiding the cue.
Yeah, they're
guiding the ball right
without
where they
pushing
want
it. They're going through. They're going through it. It's almost like the cue ball's not there, and they're just they're going right through it. They're spearing it. It's very interesting because I have not found the words to describe
exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
So. Another one of the events is, that happened not too long ago. Just getting off of the subject of the Joss and Jeremy.
Besides you winning the Mark Dalen tournament.
Oh no, this was well beyond that. We're talking national now. We're talking national. Go down to Texas. Okay. How about this one? You've heard of the Junior Norris Memorial, have you not?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Great event. Big memorial event for Junior Norris and his family. And this year, the overall winners of the event it was a tie, and the tie landed in the hands of Pool's new power couple, Fedor Gorst, former world champion, and Christina Tkach.
Oh, her! My God!
Doesn't she play well, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't Fedor play well? I just read the other day. I was checking out Fargo ratings because the Atlanta, I believe the Arizona Open, Predators' new pro event, the Arizona Open, is going to be happening soon, and they released a they released a list of players who may be playing in the event, and Fedor came up. I did not realize that Fedor Gorst has an 818 Fargo. I knew that, he won the world championship, but when he won the world title, his Fargo wasn't in the 800s, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, so please, if someone knows that, please do let me know. But I wasn't aware that his game. I know that he's a phenomenal player, but I wasn't thinking that he was putting himself in the
I can't even fathom
the pantheon of the gods.
That high.
What
is Christina? She's about a 675, probably.
No. She's in the low sevens. I think she's like a 710.
She's in the low sevens already.
Yeah,
oh my
she's like
God.
710, 717 or something like that.
Like Karen Corr's like a 730, right? Yeah. And Allison's like a 730. They're around 730, there.
730.
That's where the women like top off, right?
I think Jen Beretta. Well, unless you count Simming Chen. Simming Chen's in the 800s.
No, really?
Yeah, she's like an 804.
The first time I saw
she's
her...
a phenomenal player. No one gives her any credit.
She was playing Donnie Mills,
yep.
And I watched her play. It was a YouTube video. Somebody recommended, and I watched her play, and I said, there's parity... No, she won.
Yeah.
But I said, there's parity in the game. This is the first time that I've seen parity, true parity in this game, and in my lifetime... there's a good chance that I might actually see parity in the game, and that is something that, other than Gene Belucas, that was never even something that you could fathom.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable.
Even the great Allison Fisher paled in comparison to a couple of the top pros of the time. Guys like Archer, guys like Mike Siegel. I mean, and that's not to say anything about Allison Fisher, anything bad about it.
No,
if you told Allison Fisher to go up there and play Johnny Archer back in the 90s, she would have stood up and said, fine, you got it.
Yeah.
So, we'll play it even. It's good all day long. But she probably would have gave him a hell of a run for his money. But
no, the difference is she's a tournament player. That's one of the differences. And the break has always been, somewhat of a bone of contention in the women's game, but that's going away too. These very slight 110-pound women hammering the ball.
Jasmine Ocean being one of them.
Yeah.
Now world champion Jasmine Ocean, as it were. I don't know if it's current world champion or former world champion. I should look into that.
Hi, Gina.
But no, you're fine. Go ahead. Hit the comment section all you want. That's fine. That's why we're here. We love the people who are commenting.
That's right.
And we want you guys to comment more. I'm so enthralled in our conversation that I keep forgetting to look to my left.
It's fun. There's so much to talk about. It's so exciting.
And I mean, it's good to see, players like that, especially those two. Fedor, he's super young. I want to say he's only 22.
And she's young too.
22, 23. She's like 20, 21. I mean, they're both playing, top of their class. I mean, Fedor is arguably a top 5, top 10 player. Christina Tkach in the world of women's pool is arguably a top 5, top 10 player.
Yeah.
And they went to this tournament and, they played in their respective disciplines. They snapped it off. She ended up beating April Larson, who was another great up-and-coming player.
Yeah, American.
Who has been playing really well. The American lady.
Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see, the two of them sitting there fighting over the Texas-shaped trophy for the Junior Norris Memorial.
Yeah, that's cute.
Another reason I wanted to bring it up was because they had a sportsmanship award.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Good sportsmanship.
Well, guess who won the good sportsmanship award?
April Larson?
No, I'll give you a hint. He is a former pro from Connecticut, if that doesn't help.
Former pro,
because he's not here anymore. He lives in Louisiana.
In Louisiana. Rob Sayers?
That's him. Yep. Rob Sayers won the good sportsmanship award at the Junior Norris Memorial. And for those of you who
I can die happy now.
For those of you though who have never met Rob Sayers, I'm sure if you find a couple of grizzled veterans of the game around here, they might be able to tell you some stories about Rob that might freak you out a little bit. That being said, I've had the genuine pleasure to have met Rob recently. This was, 4 or 5 years ago when I lived in Louisiana. And I cannot begin to tell you how nice of a guy Rob truly is. He really is. Like, we came down there. I was actually covering the Scotty Townsend Memorial that was being held. It was the inaugural event. It was unfortunately a memorial event for the late Scotty Townsend, who died in a motorcycle accident in Louisiana. And Rob came down for the event. And when he got there, I remember talking, and I remember going up to him, and I was trying to chat up as many of the pros as I could just for the sake of doing it.
Right.
And I went up there, kind of asked him. I asked him for his autograph. I had a case that was full of them, and I remember saying, I go, it's funny. I go, we have something in common. He goes, what's that? I go, we're both originally from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, no
didn't
kidding.
know.
He goes, oh, no kidding. He goes, you know a guy named Tommy Seminara?
Yeah,
I go, yeah. I go, I know Tommy
Tommy
Jr. He goes, I just talked to him on the way in here.
Yeah.
He goes, it's awesome. I go, yeah, me and Tommy talk all the time. So we
he's
struck
good
up a
friends
great
with Patty
conversation.
Masano. I think she works at Q and Brew in Brantford.
Yep.
I don't know if she still works down there. I was on the ladies team. We went out to Vegas together, and he's friends with Tommy, and he's friends with Jimmy Denagris, who's one of my
what a
teachers.
great guy, Jimmy.
Yep.
I love Jimmy.
And
He's
he used to
awesome
play
guy.
at the Milford Rec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we chatted up, conversations about older times and such, and and I remember first seeing Rob. He's an imposing guy. If you've never met Rob or never seen him before in person, if you don't know him and you've never spoke to him, it's kind of hard to go up to him and say hello, because he's he could look like the guy that you don't want to go up to. But trust me, if you get the opportunity, if you have some form of connection with him, please, by all means, just go up and say hello to the guy, and you will be very, very surprised at the guy you end up talking to. So hopefully, if Rob's out there and he sees this, hey, how you doing? Congratulations on the Sportsmanship Award.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your good play in the event. Hopefully you're enjoying Texas and Louisiana.
Yeah, put that trophy, the Sportsmanship Award, put it in a glass, in a plexiglass case or something in your living room.
But
No, just kidding.
no, it's really awesome to just see him still playing though.
Yeah. He's been around for a long time. Oh my God.
When we went to the when Lucas Werner and I went to the International 9-Ball Open, just to I went obviously to watch him. He was there for a junior event, and we went to Q Master Billiards, which is the original home of the U.S. Open. And who should have been there but Rob Sayers, who had been in the event, and he was trying to bark up a game with Carlo Beato, a game which never happened because Carlo Beato wanted to play some form of even, and Rob didn't like it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to play Carlo Beato even either. Former world champion, even at Rob's speed, I'd probably say to myself, I might need a game. I might need a ball, But that being said, he was fun. He messed around with Lucas a little bit. They gambled lightly. Rob beat him into the ground and then looked at him and said, Rob looked him into the
for him.
and then just looked at him and said, let that be a lesson.
Yeah,
Stop playing guys like me. Go find somebody your own speed, and here, keep your money. But
Connecticut kid, it's called kid for a reason.
Yeah, it was fun though, because
Yeah.
Lucas learned a couple valuable lessons from him.
Good.
Tyler Steyer was in the room, and Lucas was playing around with him. Fedor Gorst was there before he won the world title, and it was nice, talking to him. So it was good to just have a bunch of people in the room who were just friendly
Were you
people.
covering it for Fox News?
No. I was just there. I drove Lucas to the event.
Okay.
Dave doesn't like driving across state
You were covering
lines.
the original time that you...
Yeah, Lucas's father doesn't like driving across state lines, so I offered to go as long as they
He doesn't want to
housed me.
go across the Macon County line?
But it was a lot of fun to just go down there and see that. But that was another place where we ended up running into Rob. So hopefully he'll be able to make it up here to Connecticut sometime, and we'll be able to have a nice little reunion here.
Yeah, well, he'll hear about this because
yeah.
Patty will, and then Patty will tell him, and then he'll listen, and
then he'll just want to come up.
either say yay or nay or maybe, right?
Exactly. So another thing on the pro side of the world, and this one's on the other side of the country now. Now we're getting even further. We went to Texas. Now we're going to California. Hard Times, Sacramento, California. Big pay-per-view coming up. You can find the information on A2ZBilliards.com. Oscar Dominguez facing World Championship runner-up Omar Al-Shaheen. It's going to be a 3-day pay-per-view. The first day is going to be streamed live, and of course, if you're in Sacramento at the time, you can go to Hard Times Billiards, and you can watch it for free. So you get the opportunity to do that. But Aaron's Pool Parlor, I believe, is the Facebook page that is going to be doing it. Like I said, day 1 is going to be streamed live for free. Day 2 and 3 are going to be pay-per-view events. You can obviously go on his Facebook page to figure out how much it's going to cost for that. But that's going to be played at Hard Time Sacramento. Great pool room. Always sees a lot of pro players running through it.
You know, I've seen some of their live streams, and there's a lady pro player. I can't remember her name right now. I'll try to think of it. She does some of the commentary. Really, Melissa Hernandez.
Oh,
I
yes.
think she has a new
Yep.
last name, but really knowledgeable. Just listening to her, I was like, oh, okay, you know? Like, I picked up a few things. She's like, yeah, you don't want to play that ball off the short rail, you want to come up, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, I never thought of that, you know? So...
But that's going to be a really fun match.
Yeah, they have some strong people. And isn't that where all the Filipinos are these days?
Yeah, like guys like Dennis Orcolo, guys like Johan Chua have been down there. Also, I think Jeff DeLuna has played quite a few events there.
Is Santos around?
I don't know if Santos San Bajon is all the way in California, but I do know that he's made his rounds every once in a while.
Yeah, okay. Pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, but they have a huge event. I want to say that the Jay Swanson Memorial is out there.
Okay, yeah.
Year. The Swanee.
Watch that on
And
too,
you know, the Swanee is a huge event, won by several major players. You know, Hard Times is also a frequent spot for guys like Shane, Sky Woodward. You know, when there's big events there, they usually show up.
Doesn't that look like an old-time pool room, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I like their tables, too. I like the way their tables look.
Yeah.
It's nice. They're really nice. A nice look in there. They've got everything dolled up to the nines, and when they put on an event, they put on a pretty serious event. Like a pretty serious pool tournament, to say the least. You know, I would love to catch, I don't know when this Jay Swanson Memorial's happening, but I would love to be able to catch a live stream for the next one, because that always draws a monster field of people.
Yeah, I sign up for all that stuff, and it pops up, and if I'm able to watch, I certainly do.
Yep. And speaking of tournaments, we do have another one. I don't want to forget that Hector Sanchez is holding his Underdog 9-ball tournament. 52 players have signed up so far.
Oh my, that's
and
fantastic.
And we're looking for a field of 64.
And that's going to be here.
Yep.
And it's going to be live streamed on 2 tables.
Yep, we're going to have live streaming on 2 tables.
Can I come and do some commentary for that?
Of course you can.
I would love to, because most of those people are my friends, and they're coming up players, some of the female players that are coming up, and it'd be great to watch.
So for the information, not to cut you off,
that's
I
fine.
didn't mean to do that. For the information, 3s, 4s, and 5s, APA skill levels, 3s, 4s, and 5s. There probably will be a Fargo rating that will be attached to that too, but it will likely have to coincide with what your APA skill level is. So if you do fall out of the parameters for one of them, obviously you would be ineligible to play in the event. But either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of great players. There's only 12 spots left, so you better talk to Hector and get signed up if you want in.
When is it?
Very I'll be honest, Hector, I really do hope
Hector,
that you'll bring into the comment section exactly what day it is. I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Paul Busey, of course, he's very excited because he wants to be in it. He's trying to get into a lot of events. He was in the doubles event the other day, and he had a lot of fun playing, and he's growing too. You know, he's growing as a player too. So
you know, all of this is just good for everybody, and the younger people are able. It's August 28th.
Last Saturday of August. Okay. It's possibly the last Saturday.
The younger people are able to grow in leaps and bounds because of the way that the brain develops and everything. You're able to learn so much faster, and you can make huge jumps, you know, in very short periods of time. So it's something to keep in mind, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event because
and all of a sudden one day the balls are falling.
It's going to be a really awesome event because we've had several big events on the Shark Stream. We've had near pro players, high end amateurs playing. We've had strong players that were just under the top players, a B players event. We had obviously our sponsors tournament that featured a lot of strong A and B players. And we also have a lot of Mallory Michalak's events that are going to be coming up that are going to be featuring all skill levels of players
Mallory's
as well.
at it. I didn't catch on. I'm a little slow on the draw because she sent me something. Oh, playing this tournament. And like I was doing something, I looked at it, and then I just like forgot about it. And then afterwards I was like, oh, I could have played in that tournament. Well, that would have been nice.
Yeah, we got a huge filled up slate of tournaments that are going to be coming in. Not to mention, in this week, we've also got another good one to watch, another good matchup to watch. Mark Dion is going to be playing Mike Matthew on the live stream the day before the Joss. So it's going to be a long race. They're going to be playing even. I don't know how much money's in the middle. We don't care. It's going to be a good match. They're going to be playing 10 ball if I'm not mistaken.
10 ball, okay.
I believe they're playing 10 ball if I'm not mistaken.
And they're going to be using a template rack?
I don't know the details.
Yeah, okay.
I just know that it's going to be the two of them. They're going to be playing 10 ball, and it's going to be an even race. That's what I know. But it's going to be a really fun event. It's going to be a long race. I'm going to wager anywhere between 15 to 21.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on the exact number.
Yeah, and there'll probably be some dollars involved.
For sure.
Yeah.
But either way, we get the content, which is nice.
Yeah, we get to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I might be here Friday night I might be here.
Yeah. I'll definitely be here. I'll be gearing up for the Joss. So
yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's going to be a good matchup. Let me tell you, Mark is a strong player. Yeah. Mike is a strong player.
I think he works with some good players too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Last I knew, he was a while back, but he was working with Shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's somebody you'd like to pick his brain.
Yeah, that's a fact, and that's the thing. Shorty's a nice enough guy that he'll share a couple of things with you too, as long as you get on his good side.
Well, that's another thing. That's something that people do now. People teach and people share. That would have been nice.
It's a whole different ball of wax from Europe bringing one.
Yeah, no, everything was a secret, and there was only one way to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the money.
Pony up the dough and lose a few.
Yeah.
That's lose a few and figure it out then.
Yeah, you get tired of losing, you're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you still have to, play. But Joanne Corbett, would definitely be great to see you comment. Yes,
of
Hector,
course.
I would love to. And anything to support you and Michelle Schroeder, who does a lot for the game, and she's doing the Sigma Wear thing.
Yes, I do love that shirt still.
Yeah, beautiful.
I wear that shirt at work. I wear that shirt at work all the time.
Yeah, nice.
It's gonna be fun.
I didn't know that material was so nice.
Oh yeah, very sheer, beautiful.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Shark Stream shirt. You saw obviously the beautiful work that Michelle does. I was wearing that shirt on the stream on the other day. So if you're curious what it looks like, you can go check it out.
Yeah.
Beautiful blue polos.
I haven't worn my premiere shirt yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting until the next time I do a match.
Yeah, it's gonna be
practice.
You got a really nice shirt.
Yeah,
not to mention the beautiful cloth. The beautiful
cloth. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
The Q cleaning towel that you have for your case now.
Now you guys have a corporate sponsor.
Yes,
Viking.
yes we do. And since we've
Viking,
actually...
do you want any old over-the-hill female players that you want to sponsor?
Since we've actually run out of the topics that we were going to say, the one thing I wanted to mention beforehand was don't forget that the U.S. Open is coming up in September.
Okay.
We are just a month and a half away, and it's going to be in Atlantic City. So those of you that are watching from New England, we got to go watch the event live.
Atlantic City.
So,
I've never been there.
Harrah's Resort and Casino.
I've dodged that bullet.
I think you're going to have no choice but to go now, because guess what? If you want to go see all the big boys play and all the big girls play, well, they're going to be at Harrah's Resort Casino from, I believe, September 13th through the 18th.
Wow, that would be worth taking a
It's going to be that week. It's going to be that week. It's going to be worth it. I know I'm going on the last 2 days. I'm going to try to see at least the last 16.
So. I'd be on the 24-hour plan.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. 4-hour trip, but it'll be worth every bit of it. But since we've run out of topics,
but there's something about Lucas we forgot to mention.
Oh, we did. He has a juniors event. The only reason I didn't mention it was because I'll be honest, I'm just plumb out of information about it. He's going to be doing a juniors event after the Joss tournament for the Billiard Education Foundation. This is going to be in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I don't believe it's the Junior Nationals. I believe it's another event. He is, funnily enough, still eligible at the age of 19.
So
it is his last year of eligibility.
Diamond 7-foots now? Or?
It is, possibly. It is his last year of eligibility for these events.
Yeah, he's going to run out of eligibility at some point.
Yep. As soon as he turns 20, it's all over for him.
Yeah.
But he's going to go there and try to snap it off against some of the top juniors in the land, and we'll have more information on that in coming days and coming Shark Talks as well.
Yeah, he can definitely stand up to all the juniors that I've seen.
Yep.
No question.
Yeah, he's widely regarded as quite possibly one of the top juniors in the country,
say,
if not the top.
he's probably in the top 3 to 5 easy.
I'd say even top 2. I mean, I really only know one junior who plays better.
One of those other
ponytails
might be able to keep up with him.
Mm-hmm. But I just want to make a big thank you. We've obviously gone through all of our topics on Shark Talk, and I do want to share our great sponsors. Of course, special thanks to our newest title sponsor, Viking Cues, handcrafted in America since 1965. And a great thanks to all of our other local sponsors, Connecticut dealer for Jacoby Cues, Bart Vezzi, The Enthusiast Shine, Man Cave Memories, Andy Gow, Mark Anthony Home Improvement, LLC. Not to mention Brian Merrick, Ben Strong. You see all of them scrolling on the screen. JJ Fishbein Insurance has been a very long time sponsor with us. And Harriman Real Estate, one of our great sponsors as well, who played in our Sharkstream Sponsors Tournament. Agency One Group and John Ortiz, the man who was runner-up in our Sponsors Tournament. K Morgan, Commercial Painting Contractors. Vaculease, who is makers of great vacuum products for your company. Master Billiards, Joe Marassi, who's going to be here. Michael's Deli.
Oh, that looks good.
Don't it? You can go there. You can go there in Cheshire. Mention the Shark Stream and get 10% off.
From my house.
And if you mention you saw him on the Shark Stream, you get 10% off your order.
I can waddle there from my house.
You saw the New England 9-Ball Series, Nick Marino Billiard Sales and Services, Sigma Wear, makers of all our great shirts, Tito Montalvo and Modern Barbershop.
Yes.
We've also got Pool Table Magic and Mark Kalungian, KM Maintenance.
KM Maintenance is what?
And maintenance company. I believe he might do HVAC if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Yale Billiards. Not to mention the Connecticut APA and Brendan Jacoby of Jacoby Custom Cues. So, thank you guys so much for enjoying Shark Talk Live. For Joanne Corbett, I am Tim Levine.
Thank you, everybody.
And we hope that you have an amazing evening, and we will be back next week with Shark Talk Live, episode 8. We'll see you then.